So Chef Morano showed how to create chicken stock. What I didn't realize with chicken stock is you don't use any of the carrots or celery or onions after you're done. You just
No,
it's just
those.
for flavor.
Yeah, you know, I keep the carrots though because I'm a cheap Polak, and because the carrots are good,
Right.
Because they actually retain flavor, but like the celery and the onions are pretty much
Too
done
soft.
for. Well, it's not even that. They just don't have it. I mean, you could eat them, and it wouldn't. I have done that. I'll eat the celery sometimes too, but it just really doesn't have anything to it. Where the carrots actually take on some of the flavor.
Well,
and if you put a little salt on it,
when I took them out, I gave them to the kids. They're like, "You want a carrot?" And like, okay,
yeah,
and they're tasty because they've been sitting in all the juices.
And it just feels like a waste, right?
Yeah,
to like throw that out.
Like chop all that stuff up and then let it simmer.
I mean, you watch some of these videos and they're like, "Yeah, you take the whole chicken and we're just using these to make the stock, and then you throw away the meat." I'm like, "Fuck that! I'm not throwing away that meat." My mom would make chicken soup all the time, and we ate that meat. You know, it's like, yes, it's kind of boiled and bland, but
so
it's
food
substance.
Yeah,
but
make a taco, put some hot sauce on there, you'll be fine.
Welcome to our Film Fathers podcast, the definitive podcast about fatherhood, film, and fatherhood in film. This is Jelani, and with me as always are a guy that looks like a monkey fucking a football, and a guy who isn't a has-been, he's a never was. Martin and Brady.
No, he didn't slam you. He didn't bump you. He didn't nudge you. He rubbed you. And rubbing, son, is racing.
It's rare, but sometimes there's this moment in the car where everything goes quiet. My heartbeat slows, it's peaceful, and I can see everything. And no one can touch me. And I'm chasing that moment every time I get in the car. I don't know when I'll find it again, but man, I want to. I want to. Because in that moment, I'm flying.
This week, we're flooring it and heading straight for the checkered flag as we put Days of Thunder up against F1 the movie. One is pure 90s blockbuster adrenaline, all swagger, speed, and Tom Cruise intensity, while the other brings modern spectacle, cutting-edge filmmaking, and a fresh take on the life of Formula One. Both films are obsessed with going fast, pushing limits, and the personalities behind the wheel. But they come from very different eras with very different ideas about what a racing movie should be. How do these two fare as both movies about endearing drivers as well as the representation of life on the track?
I think they're like just products of different eras, like I think like you mentioned in there. But they're both good. They're both, I think, very successful for what they were trying to do. And this comes from a guy who has never watched any Formula One, any NASCAR, anything like that. But I love racing movies for some reason, like Ford versus Ferrari. It's great. These two are great. That's about it. But I even watched Le Mans, a little bit of Le Mans, which was not great. But
Same other way in terms of actual racing. Like, I've obviously seen NASCAR on. I've never ever been into it. I mean, and there's plenty of people I knew growing up in Iowa who did and were and are into it.
I was going to say, there's people in your neighborhood who are.
I'm sure. Well, I'm talking NASCAR. Sorry, more so.
Gary's a big NASCAR guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know he likes F1, but and some people do love race, like just they dig it and they don't mind like what it is. Never been interested. That being said, I have and still do love Days of Thunder. I fucking love this movie. It's so good.
Tom Cruise at his douchey best.
I was certain that I was going to look it up on Rotten Tomatoes and it was going to be like low score on the tomato meter, huge score on the popcorn meter. Not really.
What is it?
37 for tomato and 60 for popcorn. I thought the popcorn was going to be like 90.
I'm surprised that both are that low. I would think
I think that's about right.
36 for the tomato meter?
I thought popcorn would be way higher. I thought it was going to be like everyone I know who had granted, anyone current is probably not going to see this movie and be like blown away. But everyone I know is always like, "Oh, dude, it's so good."
I thought it was going to be like 50-80 is what I would have
guessed. Yeah, 80 feels like that. I'm with you. I think that would have. I would have saw that and been like, "Okay, that makes sense."
I don't know why. What's it called? Seems low for the. But I mean, I guess that I'm sure the critics,
probably didn't like it. Yeah.
No, there's no way the critics were going to like it. But I thought for sure. I saw this probably like a month ago. I think whenever F1 came out, I think I told you guys I want to do Days of Thunder with it because
this was your baby.
One, I really like Well, here I'll say that in a minute. Jelani, you where are you at on?
First time seeing Days of Thunder.
I was actually going to ask you, Martin.
I think it was.
For your
I really do think it was because I don't think I knew of it, and I knew like bits and pieces of it, but I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. So I will count this as the first time I saw it. It was all right. It was of a time.
I want to break my something.
But I will say
This is why that 60% exists out there.
it has one of my favorite directors leading it. So you're in. It's not going to be terrible.
Urine?
Yeah, you know, director Urine.
Dude, it's
Tony Scott.
Tony Scott.
Yeah.
Just looking at the beginning,
Yeah, well-
which, by the way, is just great because the music is working for the intro credits. I'm just like, Tony Scott, which I knew.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, obviously, which I knew.
It's Bruckheimer.
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Zim's in it.
But it.
His first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, sorry, I think it was his first actual big break. He was essentially relatively unknown, and they said Tony Scott had tried to bring him in on earlier stuff and kept getting turned down by like the studio because he was nobody. It's great, and we're gonna revisit Hans Zimmer come F1 time.
Yes.
But Bruckheimer
produced both too, right?
Yeah.
He did F1?
It's a Bruckheimer Simpson.
The thing is,
production.
when
Yeah.
I wanted to pair these, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that until I was watching. I watched F1 first, but I can't remember where it dawned on me. But I think when it came up as Bruckheimer, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was.
Yeah.
And then when I watched Days of Thunder, I saw that both. I'm like, that's kind of wild because yeah, I mean, obviously, there's the whole old element of this
For
Days
sure.
of Thunder.
Yeah.
Like, it's not quite as bad as if you go back to like the 70s of Le Mans, like where they just don't have it. They couldn't really film anything good, so it's just a lot of like stock and weird footage and fake stuff, fake crashes and stuff. And this looked actually pretty halfway decent.
Right, like that's what I was gonna say.
Just the evolution of it is
and
is
to
interesting.
see, and I think I kind of heard this when F1 was coming out. They're like, this is as real of racing footage as you're going to get. The last real good one was Days of Thunder
Right.
because they filmed on cars in NASCAR races.
Right.
Yeah.
And like they legitimately put cars in there that were essentially not qualified for the race, and they would pull them out after 40 laps to get phenomenal footage, and you do get that.
Yeah, it doesn't look terrible.
It's
No.
Even this
Right.
many years later, like it looks pretty good for 1990. Yeah.
So yeah, I've been a massive. I just think this is an anytime it was on, I could watch it situation,
It's Top Gun-esque, right?
Oh, very much.
Yeah.
and I think intentionally.
Yeah.
I mean,
The Scots knew what they were doing, and
Yeah.
he's like, I don't need to break the formula. I think the thing that jumped out for me that was one of the funniest was John C. Reilly being in it.
I know. I totally forgot about that. You probably did too, right, Brady?
I
Or you remember?
I had forgotten. One of the times I saw it, like since he became a bigger fixture, I was like, "Oh shit!" I definitely didn't know
Yeah.
he was just a guy, back then. But
And it just helps play into his Talladega Nights role even
Yes.
more.
I mean,
fed the fire.
Right.
shake and bake, baby.
Yeah. Well, and then as I was watching it, because I was thinking about this when we talked about bringing these movies up. Another way to kind of pull this in for like your kids and stuff is Cars. Obviously, Cars deals with racing,
And I love Cars.
Yeah,
That
and-
was the other one that was going to. Yeah, it's Cars. I love that movie.
Never seen it.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Do you want to go to my daughter's class because
No.
they're watching it on
We're
Friday?
pairing it next week with Doc Hollywood. I've been wanting to do that since the beginning of the pod. Absolutely, since the inception. Since I heard that, because I hadn't seen Doc Hollywood.
Oh,
And I was
one
like,
scene I've always remembered.
yeah.
Julie Warner.
I watched it recently, and I was like, oh, why did I skip this one? But anyway, yeah, Cars is a great movie.
Yeah, and
I've heard some things about it.
but there's so many parallels, or elements that they pulled from this.
Yeah,
There's elements that
sure.
Talladega Nights pulled from it. And then you just see them had a note. Richard Petty in Days of Thunder goes out in the very first race. In Cars, he goes out in the last race. And so you see those elements. You see the shake and bake, the slingshot,
Mm-hmm.
And
it was like probably a revolutionary concept. They're like, oh, something we've been working on. They knew about drafting probably in
yeah.
1990, right? I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I learned about drafting on Nicole Kidman's leg, and I've never forgotten it.
Oh god, that's what I mean. Tom Cruise, so douchey.
It's so awesome.
yeah.
Is this where they met?
No, I don't think
I
so.
thought they met
Far
in
and
Far
Away?
and Away.
Far and away.
Yeah, was that before this?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, confirmed.
No, we're just going to go with it. Yes. Yes, it
Okay,
was.
keep talking. 92, Far and Away was 2 years after this, so I'm pretty sure they met on this one.
That could be. Yeah, she's very Australian.
This is when I liked her, when she was redhead, curly, natural, instead of the whole to die for blonde after that, and then she just went off the rails.
And then she was what was the movie where it was like the Stepford Wives?
The Stepford
I think.
Wives?
And then she from there on it turned into like a
Stepford
plastic creation and still looks like that same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks. You have her, young Kidman, and yes, Aussie.
Yep. On the set of Days of Thunder, they met in '89.
Robert Duvall, who is
Love Robert
who
Duvall.
has looked the same for
Ever.
How is that possible, right?
in this movie in '89. The only movie he doesn't look just like this is back in the Godfather, days. But after this or close to it on till like The Judge, he's looked identical.
Jack Reacher.
That's like 40 years
Right.
of him looking. He somehow is like what all the women in Hollywood want. They want to look the same, and he just does look the same.
He does. He's the same character, same guy all the way through. I just love the whole, him being the crotchety old like crew chief and like, yeah, you got to do it this way. I don't trust you, whatever. The part that I really enjoyed though was when they decide to build the car.
Yeah.
That's like, to me, when you start building things and you start constructing things, it's like putting the team together in a heist. Like, I'm just like,
but it's not enough. There wasn't enough.
there
of
was.
that.
They
say
could have
Just
had more.
talking to the cars, like I'm going to give you
Yeah.
this. Like
Yeah,
I
but
want
then-
more. I wanted more of that.
But then they showed them putting it together
I
a
think
little bit.
Martin's probably more right. I think for what you want. I think you shouldn't have got your fill.
Oh, I did
Of
get
that,
'cause
right, like-
I got some more of it when we get to the F1.
yeah, in F1 they did more. They did a better job.
But they
with
do
that,
a
so
good
they
job of. And that's one area too. I think I said I had a note like they could have milked the wreck for way more drama than they did. It was like this wreck happened and it
Right.
was like in the hospital and I was like, oh man, like 10 years later, that is going to be like a 30-minute scene of the wreck
Oh,
and turning that into a much more like pulling on every string they can. And this was just like jumped right to them being in the hospital already.
that and when he has to go through the smoke.
Again at the end.
Yeah.
I mean,
At the end.
yeah. I mean, and
And-
it looked like the same exact scene.
Right. But
Well, it was flashing back to the same
Yeah,
scene.
it was. Yes.
Because it was Roddy's car in that, which
Like-
wasn't there.
like you said,
Okay.
Brady, like if this movie is made today, that whole like they do like 3 of those tries because he doesn't get through the first time or he spins out,
Tries something else.
Yeah, he can't get through, but they're just like, you can just go through it. There's nothing there. He's like, I don't know, and then he goes through it and they're like, okay, cool, let's race. And it's like, all right, I get it, but there'd
Yeah,
be
it's
a little bit more
A little
trauma.
anticlimactic. Climactic.
Climactic.
Climax.
Whoa!
You'll get there eventually.
That was so. I think that if you were going to redo this, there's definitely a way to make it better because I think you could actually pull on. It could be way more. There could be way more drama. True drama in it on some of those scenes, but having him be this hotshot, having Carrie Elwes, just like
Totally. Yeah. Robert Duvall is the best part of this movie, for sure. Like, everyone else, I don't know.
I was just going to say, it's just
dick move?
funny to me how good Carrie Elwes is at being
Being
like
a dick.
Yeah, like a snide, like just like you just fucking love to hate him.
Yeah.
I suppose.
And I feel like I took that for granted for a long time, and I always
He brought it back in Liar Liar.
he was always, but I
Because of The Princess Bride or what?
this
That you
is
liked him?
This is gonna be. I might be the
Or
only
The
person.
Crush?
Love the crush.
Love The Crush.
He's a big Robin Hood Men in Tights.
That's where I'm going with
Oh,
this. I was
yeah,
like,
okay.
that was my peak.
Yeah,
Carrie Elwes was Robin Hood Men in Tights. Not many people are going to say that, but he has so many of these villainous roles, and he it's just like, yeah, you just look at him and you're like, God, what a fucking douche. Hate that guy. But yeah, it was. There's also a line that I've always said that I can't say like her, but Nicole Kidman's like, let me out of the car, Cole. Let me out of the car. I've loved it forever. This
she
movie
stays
is
anyway.
so good. Yeah, she is. She can't get enough. I think you get down into those pits.
How much taller is she than Tom Cruise?
Oh man,
She's like a good.
Did they have to put him on like?
She's a good 4 inches, right?
I think
like
so.
she's like 5'11", and he's like
She's about
5'8".
as big as his front teeth are in this movie. Because I don't know if you caught a couple of those scenes, and it was like, geez, those. If you've seen him at all, after
Yeah, she's 5'11".
not long after this.
Yeah, I also like the fact that since he learned how to ride a motorcycle for Top Gun, he just shows up on a motorcycle all the time.
Well, and you know,
He's in everything. Yeah.
you get the end of this movie. You get he got a run in when him and Duvall are running down the track towards Victor Lane. You get the Tom Cruise run.
Yeah.
Oh,
They almost got through it without
him running or riding him. No, they got both. The Tom Cruise.
No, the
staples.
motorcycle came in early. But so
But
I
I do
actually
say
wondered,
he doesn't make a bad movie.
I wondered if you hadn't seen it yet, Martin. I couldn't remember.
No, I watched it. Yeah, I was probably a couple years after it came out, so probably like 92. I was probably like 11, 12.
Yeah, it wasn't like something like I said.
I didn't love it back then. I just liked it. You know, it was cool. But I'm sorry, I'm not quite on your wavelength about it.
I think Jelani's
fun.
right though. It's like you get Tony Scott and Tom Cruise making a movie.
Yeah.
It's just like all right,
Hans Zimmer
run
out there.
run Top Gun back. That's fine. I'm
Pulling some
totally on
strings.
board with that. You want to move Top Gun to a racetrack? Like, I'm in on that.
Do you think that's how they pitched it?
Probably. Yeah.
I
Top
think
Gun
so.
on the racetrack.
I mean, I think absolutely. Yeah, Top Gun's just way better. So I watched that more. This I recorded this on VHS. I had it on a tape. It's probably somewhere still in my house.
Well, the story was by Town and Tom Cruise. I mean,
Yeah.
and they said that one of the notes I saw was that Cruise came up with the idea when him and Paul Newman were racing one of Rick Hendrick's cars, and Tom got like up to 180 miles an hour, and they, I guess, came up with an idea for we should do a racing movie.
Paul Newman, also in Cars.
Paul Newman, known racer.
Known racer.
Doc Hudson.
Exactly.
I watched that movie so many times. Colin loved it, and I loved it.
What
and I would
movie?
love that. Cars.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. What year did it come? It came out many years before he was born because he was 2011. But like for whatever reason, it was still big. And I think Cars 2 came out a little bit after. So we were just full on into the cars and then the planes world.
Yeah, planes didn't go as well, but
how do
Just
we
for his age.
how do we like Randy Quaid in a somewhat normal role?
Not his Uncle Eddie.
Yeah, he
as
just
somebody that's
and not his
successful and-
Independence Day. I mean, he's just
right.
he's just he's a
We're
magnet.
supposed to believe him as a guy that has money.
Did he pass the test? I feel like he kind of
Yeah, he
worked
kind
a
of
little
It
bit.
worked.
What about Michael Rooker as Rowdy?
I liked it. I like Michael Rooker.
Yeah,
I think
fine with him.
I think though, if they make this movie today, Michael Rooker comes back from the brain aneurysm or the
And then he
brain
dies.
Yeah, either dies or he like helps him out one last time.
there was one of the notes said Cruise was pushing for Kurt Russell in the Rowdy role.
You could see that too.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I kind of think Rooker works, but like, talking Kurt Russell, I think
Yeah, but
especially
then
back then, I think
You
that
would have
plays.
wanted Russell to be more of a fixture though, too. Like
Maybe.
in this role, like Rooker does just the right amount.
Yeah, I mean that's
because-
probably why Top Gun's better because Goose dies. It's more emotional.
Yeah,
But they probably maybe didn't want to do the same thing.
Yeah, they didn't want to make it Top Gun.
They
on
wanted to
wheels.
make it Top Gun on wheels for real. But yeah, that would have probably made it a better movie. I don't know.
yeah. I do think there's ways to improve it, but this movie, to me, it's just kind of emblematic of like a perfect '90s movie, and I'm in. Put it on AMC. I'm
You got
all
it
over
before you leave away from the '90s movies. You got to have Fred Dalton Thompson, and I mean, it's not a '90s movie if he's not in it.
Governor Fred.
Governor Fred with
Yeah.
his southern
Senator
accent.
Fred. Yeah, I know he had a run there where he really
He was in everything.
owned that space.
Yeah.
Hence why he went on to be, elected to office. Fred Dalton, Big John.
It works.
Yeah, what do you guys make of the that whole scene where they rent cars and race, or they're racing in the?
So it was
In the wheelchairs.
reportedly not the wheelchair, but the rental car was taken from. There were two race car drivers who I guess were reportedly notorious for
doing that?
just repeatedly doing it, like renting cars to just race each other and on like the streets. I did see a note where they were like the beach when they were driving on the beach that they wanted birds like flying away, and they threw like a bunch of bird feed down. But the first time through, they just killed all the birds.
This is Tony Scott, not John Woo.
Yeah. It's all good, man. I'm in the you can't go wrong with this movie camp, but I get that that's not going to win people over who didn't have that.
Did they improve upon it 35 years later?
With F1.
With F1.
With F1, yeah.
Yeah, Bruckheimer, Zimmer, Back to the Well, and essentially use the new Top Gun Maverick director.
Right.
Or kind of, there's some heavy correlation.
Yep.
Again, did not know that on the front end. I'll be honest, I really enjoyed F1.
Yeah, it was really good.
Really enjoyed it.
I mean, I just love Brad Pitt.
I know.
Right. Who doesn't love Brad Pitt?
So great.
And you knew what he was going to be when he appears.
Yep.
You know exactly. But you still wanted it. You wanted more of it.
Mary was like, I think I'll give this 10 minutes and I'm going to head upstairs and go to bed. And whatever,
There's
2.5
no way
hours
that's
later,
happening, yeah.
she was like, well, Brad Pitt's getting women to watch F1 movies.
That's the way to put it. Yeah, I watched it with my kids, and they didn't want to watch either. They're like, "Oh, what are we?" I'm like, "Guys, I won't steer you wrong."
I'm curious though on what kids would think because
They liked it.
Okay,
They loved
Yeah.
it.
all of them.
They watched it all. And it was just Colin and Brecklin.
Okay, because Nolan, I would be curious on the younger side if like it does strike me as
He may have
potentially
went to the theater and saw it. Though.
Okay.
So he may have already seen it. I gotta check my facts on that. But
We don't fact checking. Say whatever you want.
it doesn't matter. Nobody
Nobody's
cares.
listening.
I appreciate the intent for authenticity.
Yeah, but I watched it with my kids, and yeah, the same thing. Like I'm like, we can turn it off in 10 minutes if you guys want, And
Yeah.
I always make that joke because they always get sucked into whatever I'm telling them to watch, and I'm in 10 minutes. I'm like, guys, should we turn it off? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's a good movie. I knew it was going to be good. I knew you were going to enjoy it.
There's just so much drama, and I was really happy with it.
Yeah, it was one of the movies where I watched it by myself, and then I when you're like watching a movie, and you're like, yeah, that was pretty good, and I'm like, Jen, do you want to watch it? Because I kind of wanted to watch it again.
Yeah,
I almost
I
watched
would watch
it again. If I had more time in between when I did and when we were recording, I would have watched it again. I haven't had it, but it's not because of the movie.
So before we get too far into it, if I get one of those shirts that they had underneath their racing suits, will I look like that? Because did you see how Brad Pitt and Damson Idris, I guess is his name. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But they had like the long sleeve like tight shirts that they wore underneath.
If you're cut underneath,
Do you want a
you'll look
form-fitting
cut.
shirt?
I
Are you
want
going to
the-
look cut? Is that what you're
Yeah,
asking?
I'm hoping that it's
Sure.
just the shirt that does
yeah,
it.
it's just the shirt.
Usually your physique's going to shape said shirt. Not sure if you've ever worn a tight shirt or where we're at with that, but
Those shirts look very fun, like very comfortable too, though.
They do look comfy.
this is another one where I think, I mean, we talked about Pitt, and we've talked about anytime we go to a Pitt movie, we're going to say the same thing. Like, we're all in on the Pitt run,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Did you know Damson Idris?
I'm
I-
trying to think.
I looked him up because
maybe?
Mary asked me because she thought he was very attractive and was like, where is this guy from? And
Snowfall, right?
Yeah.
Is his big one.
Which I didn't watch, but I know of
yeah.
it on
I do
FX.
too.
But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think of where you know him from.
Yeah, there's a couple other things that he's done, but it's not. Yeah, Snowfall is the big one. I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah, agreed.
I liked the fact. So before this, I watched Heads of State movie on Amazon Prime, but Dr. Sharon is from Ted Lasso.
Yeah, from
Ted
Lasso.
Lasso. Yeah.
She's in it, and
She's his
then
mom.
she shows up as his mom. I'm like,
Is it? She's like 5 years older than him in real life. Like,
I was going to say she doesn't.
yeah.
Try to make her- I like when she sees the picture of Brad Pitt too. What does she say?
yeah, she's like, he's not that old. He doesn't look that old.
Mary was quick to. She was like, "Oh no!" when she saw Javier Bardem.
Love Javier Bardem.
Yeah, I love him too.
No, it wasn't that. It
Oh.
was that he's very evidently had some work done on his face,
Yeah, perhaps.
and I don't think it's up for debate. I would agree with her in that regard, but she was very much like, because I think yes, we all love Javier Bardem, but
yeah, he probably didn't need to do anything. But
and Big fan of Carrie Condon.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Do you
Better Call Saul.
Definitely.
Yes. Also from
Banshees of Inisherin.
Yes.
also the voice of Friday in the
Cars?
Tom Holland Spider-Man. She's the AI voice.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
What I recently discovered is that she was in Rome on HBO, which
you're the only one who watched that. you and who?
Corey Kent, who I got into it. And now I'm like, I really got to rewatch this show.
It's funny. It's funny because I always say I'll watch anything HBO, but I have not watched Rome yet.
And I would be foolish to go out and tell you that it holds up or that I know that for sure. But when I saw that, I was like, I mean, I'm confident that's the first place I saw her.
Yeah.
And
yeah, most likely.
But another Rome alum that I do know in this movie is Tobias Menzies.
What else was he recently in? Is he in Succession?
Oh, he was in Game of Thrones, the new Rome.
Was he in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, he was something in Game of Thrones. I don't know.
He's
he definitely was.
Okay.
I think he was one of the uncles.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll take your word
I don't
for
know
it.
what that means.
in the more recent stuff. I actually saw him in Manhunt, the Lincoln. There's a show about the assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
Or maybe
I like those Manhunt.
it was a mini series.
shows.
Yeah, it was a mini series. I watched that one.
I watched the Dahmer one. It was really good.
Yeah. So that was, I think, the most recent thing that I saw him in. I do know him from.
He was
Edmure
Edmure Tully.
Tully.
There you go.
Yeah, he was the embarrassing.
Oh, that's right.
Nailed it.
I
Yeah, so I'm
know.
saying he's like the brother or the uncle or something.
When
It's
they-
like
when
the
they die-
looked over brother.
They asked him to shoot the arrow out on the to light the
Yes.
flame, and he couldn't do it.
And he couldn't do it.
Right.
And then the dad finally did it and shot
Yeah.
and lit the fire.
Now you remember.
And you kind of knew, like when you saw him here, that he was going to be like the heel or whatever. And
He's got heel face.
right. So this movie
Resting heel face.
Gives off heel energy. It's giving heel.
Big
so
heel
like,
energy.
It's not. Yeah. Forget it. I was trying to make some kind of point, but who knows? You guys are too busy with the comedy.
No, bring it.
Try it.
Bring your point home. If for nothing else, to just feed us more fodder that we did.
Exactly.
But I do want to hear where you're going.
Yeah, I
with it.
mean, basically, it's just that there's a little bit of predictability to it, but it didn't hurt the movie at all.
No.
I don't think. Like there was at no point was I like, oh yeah, this is just cliched, or nothing was super surprising. But they did it in the right way.
There was a
just-
lot of,
for the movie. It was exactly done
Right.
what it was supposed to be. Again, we were talking about, I think off mic, we were just talking about how you have to be in the right mood for a foreign film or a really, serious movie or a really just like action-filled movie. And I think you have to be. I mean, you're almost always in the right mood for this kind of movie.
'cause
It's
of Pitt.
it's a popcorn movie,
You're in the movie for Brad Pitt.
yeah.
I think you kind of nailed it though. Like the way they did this movie, it does feel like it can be for everyone.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would be like, oh, I don't know if I want my kid seeing that. Right? It's like there's not like a crazy bloody wreck, or there's not like overly sexual. Like there's just like really kind of is rolling through the middle of the road, but in a really good way.
Yeah, in a good
Yeah.
way.
And then it goes to some of those like movies that kids are going to have the Brad Pitt, affinity that we do, but that's fine. They don't need to,
Right.
to enjoy the movie. And if nothing else, they might like the young racer as much or more.
Or even just the racing itself. Like, it looked really good. Like,
So-
the racing itself looked good. I liked the cinematography, the way just they're shot, because you're going to all these different race locales that F1 goes to, and you're all across the world and everything like that. And I think I got the opportunity to see it in 4K, and it looked so good. I was just like, this is why you have 4K. Like, it just looked crisp. It looked clean. It looked awesome. And then, just getting to see like them actually, in the race car and like how close they are and how like dangerous they can be.
And just some of the strategy,
Yeah.
this is the stuff that
No,
like I said, I never
same.
watched, so I have no idea. But like they almost kind of like educate you a little bit about why it's interesting and why it's more than just going around the track.
Yeah.
Like you think like what are you doing differently? Like how is this a sport? But there's a lot to it.
Well, even the tech is crazy. You're watching them, in the wind tunnel with the
Right.
car. You're watching them like trying to retrofit or fit these cars.
7/10 of a second, like
Shave. If
shaving.
everyone can shave 1/10 of a second, that's a lap.
Right.
Yeah, he's doing kind of some like
The fin in the back on the spoiler that you can turn down, or you can open it up, and then all that dirty air comes flying through, and everybody's got to drive through it.
And just like that, it's a team, right? That he has to do something to help his teammate.
Yeah.
and he was the
win.
guy who didn't mind doing.
Yeah.
Who didn't need
Be
to
the dirty driver.
Yeah, who didn't need
riding dirty.
Didn't need to win. He was fine being pro team.
Yeah.
It took a while for the other guy to recognize it, but and
I think I liked that part about the movie like a lot, where it was like every race that he's just like, listen, he's the one that's got to win, or he's the one that's got to inch his way up the ladder. I know we need to get there as a team, but like I can do this part, or I can do this. I have these techniques or these tactics that like
he was playing dumb on some of the stuff.
yeah, like, oh, I didn't know I couldn't do that, or
Yeah.
oops, I guess I'm coming in too close, or when the one where he spun out,
Yeah.
and he spun out, I think it was Verstappen or whatever, and there was like, oh, if his wheel wasn't on the track when he spun out, then it's like an illegal move. But they're like, yeah, he's like bending the rules. He's the old
Yeah.
cagey vet that's like
hits the billboard or whatever, and like creates some
Debris all over the track.
so they have
Yep.
to clean it up. So they have the pace car that
Yeah.
comes out. Then I don't know.
slows it down,
Yep.
and everybody has to stay in their position. Nobody
Yeah.
can.
I agree. I
advance.
think that really, for people who don't know, that's a way to really bring them into something. For people who do know, they're probably hip to it, and they're like, well, maybe that would or would not be like truly
Sure.
realistic, but it is the concept of like
Yeah.
drivers working together on a team plays.
Yeah, it makes for a good movie.
And I listened to Pitt on I think a couple different interviews pocket when he was promoting this, and it might have been on Armchair Expert. He was talking about he did a lot of the driving, and which he wanted to do, but they insurance wouldn't. And I saw this actually a note for Days of Thunder. Cruise couldn't do a lot of the actual stunt driving because of insurance. They didn't want Pitt had to like go below 90 due to insurance reasons, and they're like, they had to convince the insurance company that they can't do that because the cars aren't made to go that slow. Like the high speed keeps them on the ground, and they actually have to go 150 plus miles an hour in order to actually make them
to use the technology,
not be more dangerous.
right.
And so they were able to actually so he got to drive, essentially like 180, I think they said, mile an hour on some of those tracks. And like, but it shows, and you see some of that, and like it was so real. And you talk about the 4K, and we talked a little bit about the Days of Thunder, like the racing looked cool, but it is still older looking. It was like, dude, the new stuff is insane.
Yeah. And it was just like, it was crisp, it was clean, it was, like I mentioned earlier, them putting the car together and designing it, like that really gets my nerd going. And
Especially when Carrie Condon's doing it.
Yeah, she's all about the wind.
all about the wind, right? And then, them designing like the different elements to like drive the car differently based on what environment they're in. And then like when he's talking about, oh, I can race on the slicks, give me the slicks so I don't have to change my tires, they're like, oh, you're gonna blow them out. He's like, I know what I'm doing. Like I really enjoyed that part, like the KG vet, him being able to say like, I have these tricks and tips that if you guys don't realize what I'm doing right away, you will. I'm just going to keep doing it so that we can advance this along and get our team back to where we need to be.
Well, even him, running beforehand
Yep.
and using
The tennis
balls instead of like, young guys.
It's very much like Rocky IV, right? You got Rocky trading in the Siberian whatever.
Yeah. Well, the young guy's
Cold.
like, he's doing new age stuff.
All
and
the
like
technology,
working,
yeah.
using actual tech for it. And he's like, no, old school. Let me
Tennis
just bounce
balls,
tennis
baby.
balls off the wall.
And so as I thought about this movie before it even came out, when I saw like the trailer and the idea behind it, the older veteran and the young guy, I thought of Cars 3, because Cars 3 is very much similar. Like,
yeah.
the new racers are all racing on simulators, and then Lightning's like, no, we got to go race on the beach where you can actually feel the ground and you can understand like
Rocky 3.
Yeah.
It all comes back to Rocky.
what happens. And then like they go to a dirt track and they go to like they race with moonshiners, and they're like, you know, it's all about feel. It's all about like
Spoiler alert.
the ways that you got to get to it. But yeah, it's very similar in that. And then like you also see like Brad Pitt getting in and going into the simulator and trying to re-race the race. It's like,
I mean, a good training montage is always, you
Yeah.
know, it's more than just for 80s movies.
it always works. And then also, you know, building the camaraderie between the teammates.
Yeah.
And, you know, even when
Plan C.
chaos.
He got them brought in on it.
And it's funny, right? When they're trying to rein him in and they can't, and they just like, well, he's not going to listen to anybody, so we just got to go with it, right? And yeah, it's maybe not realistic, but it makes for a great story, makes for a little bit of comedic relief, and it was just the right amount. I don't think I ever laughed out loud, but there was enough like little humorous things that made the movie really enjoyable.
Do we know why they underused Shea Wiggum? He was in it for like 5 seconds in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Shea Wiggum's in this. Not really.
He's a that guy.
Yeah.
He's our that guy, but he's a that guy.
He was just in it enough. You're just like, hey, Shay,
But
what are we doing?
Yeah, I just don't know why they felt the need to tease the.
Well,
I don't
think
even remember what he was.
It was brief.
he was the crew
in
chief at Le Mans.
right in the very
24
beginning.
hours.
I mean, I get that it didn't. Yeah, he was part of that, but it's like you got Shea Wiggum. I feel like that's a miss. Did you guys ever see Killing Eve?
Yeah.
Jodie Comer,
Yeah.
my girl.
Yeah, you love that show. I watched the
Well,
first season.
so I don't know what his role was there, but like the white-haired guy on the team, like
The older guy?
Condon's like boss, I would assume.
Yeah, the lead crew chief.
He was from Killing Eve. He was her like I don't know, her boss
Kasper
essentially.
Smolinski?
Yeah, I think so.
Kim Bodnia?
No, Kim Bodnia.
Yeah.
He was
I mean,
Constantine in Killing Eve.
Okay.
And I literally might be the only two things I've ever seen him in. And when I saw him, I was like, oh, I definitely know him. But
Yeah. I think it was interesting that they didn't have any of the. I mean, they had the racers like your Lewis Hamiltons, your Max Verstappens.
yeah, and Lewis Hamilton I saw was like either a producer or executive producer.
Yeah, but they didn't let them talk in the movie.
No.
Like no conversation. But Lewis Hamilton does have speaking roles in Cars 2. So.
Cars
But-
2 is underrated.
It is.
The whole
whole
James
series.
Bond
Spoiler alert.
spy. Yeah, you got to watch them all. Although Roman might be a little old now.
Yeah,
No, he's not
Mila
too
can
old.
do it.
He'd like it.
I missed my window.
Question for you. What was the card that he had at the end of the race?
Yeah, I was curious about that,
Yeah, no, it's a good question.
and I actually think it's I think I love that they don't show you.
Yeah. I think it just kind of like, adds to the intrigue because you
I
always put the
think
card
I had a
anyone-
thought, but I didn't
yeah.
save it. Was it 7? Maybe. I can't remember exactly.
don't think-
I did have an opinion,
I'm sure somebody somewhere has a fan theory.
but I didn't. But there shouldn't be
Or
a reason
film
you
theory.
would know.
Right.
None of it leads you to believe it's got to be one thing. But I feel like for some reason I did have an opinion on that.
I thought it was maybe either ace or king.
Well, I mean that's obvious shit.
Oh, listen.
Like, I think it might have been the Ace of Spades.
It says here it was the 7 of spades. A
7
detail
plays.
confirmed by Pitt himself. This matched the symbol already on his helmet and suit, a significant coincidence from an unscripted moment that tied into the gambler father's legacy and racing superstitions for control. Okay.
There was something about the 7. I don't know why I remember that. Literally, I can't. But that's exactly what I remember. But I don't remember why. Nailed it.
Yeah, you got it.
Pay attention, Jelani.
Yeah, apparently I wasn't. The other thing that I thought was great that they kind of illustrated well was when Joshua crashes and like they pull him out of the car and everything.
After he didn't listen.
After he didn't listen, right? But they pull him out of the car and it just goes to show you like how like horrific that crash can be, and all that he suffered was the burns on his hands.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like, that should have
It's a big win.
roasted him, right?
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you, like, all of those wrecks. And I've, I don't really follow F1, but I have seen some of the improvements that they've made, and like those roll cages they have, the neck braces they have, the the suits that they're wearing and all that stuff just to make it safer. Because I think it's either F1 or IndyCar where they have a fuel that burns clear. Like if it catches on fire, you can't see the flames. You can feel the heat, but you like can't even see the flames. And it's like, oh, that's not something that you want to be driving around in.
Part of the deal.
But yeah, but like, you know, you see like those wrecks can, you know, kill you or, you know, destroy your vertebrae, and you shouldn't be driving a race car.
Yeah. Also, one last thing here, but good soundtrack, good music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've heard a bunch of songs.
Now I want to remember what they are. But I remember
Stapleton's song "Bad as I Used to Be" is definitely a really, really good song. I think. Tate McRae, just keep watching. It's a banger.
What do you think of the Ed Sheeran Drive song that was at the end?
Yeah.
Have you guys heard it?
Yeah, we heard it at the end of the video.
Well, I didn't know if you'd heard it before as well.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know. I thought it was going to be a great song, but it just kind of ends up being kind of generic.
When I heard it, I was listening to it. I'm like, that sounds like Ed Sheeran, and then I looked at the rest of it, and I'm like, oh, it's Ed Sheeran and John Mayer.
Well, that's why I was excited, because John Mayer, but I don't really hear the John Mayer influence at all. And I think
really?
it was.
I think you hear it more in the guitars.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I assume it's just guitar. He's probably just playing.
Well, I mean, I thought he was going to have some like wicked solo or something, but he doesn't really.
Yeah.
It's only on for like 30 seconds in the movie.
What? No, I mean, I've heard
the whole song, but I mean,
in the whole song, and I think they play the whole song at the end.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's only a 3-minute song.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a whole lot of room.
And I'm pretty sure it was. I think they got. Did they get Dave Grohl drumming on it too, or something like that, or somebody else big, not just John Mayer?
Yeah.
But like they don't. I don't know. They didn't do enough with it. I think it's just kind of like a generic song. But you're right. The rest of the soundtrack I thought was pretty good.
This played well
in the movie.
Yeah, as they played it. Even the "Bad as I Used to Be" song by Stapleton. I've as soon as I heard it a while back, I was like, "Oh, I really like this song." And then to see it play, and it really does play well with Pitt. Coming in and kind of analogous to that situation. So I dig it.
Did you not know that the director was the Top Gun Maverick director?
No, I did. I said the
said
correlation is you have Tony
got it.
Scott going Top
Got it.
Gun to Days of Thunder. You have that director going from Maverick to this.
Yeah.
So, I was
Try
saying
to keep up, Jelani.
I'm not.
You're usually the one throwing those.
Yeah.
Those
I was just
deep
going to
nerd
say,
facts at us.
because
Joseph Kaczynski.
he's a director that also did Oblivion, Tom Cruise,
Sure.
and Tron Legacy.
Cruz is always big on once he's got
Keeping a
the
director.
rapport.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Has he ever directed, Tom Cruise? I'm surprised he hasn't dove into that.
I don't think that's what he wants to do.
I'm not saying it's what he. Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously you're right, and I don't know what he could want or not want, but I'm just surprised that him being Tom Cruise and doing almost everything else that he hasn't been like, you know what, I want to try my hand at this.
I got one director credit for him. I'm pulling up Fallen Angels TV series episode in 1993.
That sounds weird.
Maybe he tried it and was like, "Fuck this."
I want to be the star.
No, it's interesting because I feel like it probably does play to the fact that he's like, I know my lane type of thing. Would be my hunch. And
I mean, he's got a good lane.
As obsessive as he gets about reportedly about all of his roles and everything else, it's like, yeah, just that's good.
Do you think he wanted the role? Do you think he wanted the Brad Pitt role in F1?
I feel like there may have been something about that.
Offered to him? Do you think? No.
I don't think so.
There was a note that Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise were going to be in. The name was different, and I don't have it up in front of me.
F2?
No, it's what turned into Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh, okay.
It was going to be a little bit different, and I think, God, this is going all off memory, but I want to say Cruise was going to play the Matt Damon role, and he found out that he wasn't actually going to get to drive that much, and he was like way less interested in the whole idea.
I mean, I love that movie. We've done it on the pod. That to me is like the ultimate because it's such a well written script and well directed, but it's also got the racing element that's done really well.
It was originally going to be called Go Like Hell with Joseph Kosinski directing, but it fell through due to budget reasons and later became Ford versus Ferrari.
James Mangold directing. Yeah, I can't say that it's not better off for all the changes probably that they made.
It worked.
And this movie definitely works for what it is.
And you know what? Like,
I'm glad we have both.
Maybe he wanted it, but like, I think Pitt being in it, Cruise not necessary for this particular one.
Yeah.
I think it all plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
As always, for what it's worth, don't be shitty to yourself. There are plenty of people out there that'll do that for you. Be good to yourself and subscribe to our Film Fathers podcast, wherever you listen. Thanks, and go to bed.